everybody, Maestro here. Welcome to the Khan's Court. Today we have Hulk versus Godzilla by Death Battle. This was literally released not too long ago, about 4 hours ago. It has 467,990 views. We're going to go ahead and get straight into this. I'm very excited about this battle. I absolutely love the Incredible Hulk. I love every version of the Hulk when it comes to, you know, the Devil Hulk, World Breaker Hulk. You've got the actual Planet Hulk, all that other stuff. Hulk is one of my favorite characters of all time. And then you also have Godzilla, you know, the one that legally, quite literally, cannot lose in anything license-wise that he's in. So, you know, if any of those people that have Godzilla in their respective stuff, you know, whether it be a Marvel comic, a DC comic, Godzilla is legally not allowed to lose. But when it's something creative and it's something that is fan-made, that's always up for a change, you know, because they're not actually held by those rules. You can make Godzilla lose in a video that you make, and the good thing about Death Battle is that is essentially what this is. It is an arena that takes away all that legal crap. So Godzilla can lose here. If Godzilla is going to go up against somebody like the Hulk, who's got feats that I, in my opinion, think are higher than Godzilla's, just because legally he can't lose doesn't mean nothing. If he is weaker than Hulk in this, I know Death Battle is going to go ahead and make the Hulk win. And I think the Hulk has more feats that show he's stronger than Godzilla. 100%. I don't care what you say. You could argue with me all day long. That's how I feel. So we're going to go ahead and get straight into this and check this out.
The Hulk versus Godzilla.
Marvel's Green Goliath against the King of the Monsters. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
What's this say? Hold on, I'm going to pause it. The Hulk is the personification of the enemy which lurks under the surface of us all. We have to control that enemy within ourselves, or we can't control the conduct of the world. Bill Bixby. Interesting. I've never heard that quote before.
What is the Hulk? Is he man? Is he monster? Or is he both?
He's a mean green smashing machine, the angry son of the Gamma Bomb.
A weapon designed by the greatest gamma scientist of all, Dr. Robert Bruce Banner.
But just before it went off, Bruce had to be a hero and save some dumb schmuck who was hanging around the test site. Damn it, Rick.
That day, Bruce Banner died.
And became the Incredible Hulk. A pissed-off giant who must be really glad Bruce wears the purple stretch fit.
Standing 8 feet tall and stronger than 10 million men, the Hulk emerges when Banner's
Them pants are indestructible and incredible.
Don't make him angry. You won't like him when he's angry.
But it's even more complex than that. Banner suffers from dissociative identity disorder, with many different Hulks embodying alternate personalities.
Like Joe Fixit, the original Grey Hulk. He's a cunning gangster and the only Hulk who's got that drip.
The Devil Hulk is a violent,
There we
overprotective
go,
personality
baby.
that Banner unintentionally manifested as a result of his father's abuse.
Holy shit! Somebody actually drew this?
But the Hulk everyone knows, the big guy, is known as Savage Hulk.
Right.
It seems he also developed from parental abuse, hence his childlike personality. Though I'd argue he's more clever than you'd expect.
The angrier he is, the stronger he gets, with no limit.
Except for one.
That
Bruce
animated
Banner.
Hulk right there is
See,
underrated.
Banner's
The one
relationship
from
with
the
the Hulk
Earth's
is
Mightiest Avengers or
Oh, they
whatever.
hate each
Yeah.
other.
Mostly. Occasionally, they can come to an understanding. The alter best representing this would be the Professor Hulk, a balanced blend of Banner's brain and the Hulk's brawn.
The Hulk,
Roughest nerd
the
you'll
Hulk,
ever meet.
what do you
But
call
what
it? That
about
ruined
when
the
Bruce takes a
MCU right
step
there.
back? If
Professor
he isn't
Hulk.
trying to restrain the Hulk, what do you get?
The Green Scar.
The World Breaker.
World Breaker.
Without Bruce's temperament, the Hulk's power and fury surges, mixing
Yeah.
Savage's rising strength with the personality
World
and cunning
Breaker
of a warlord.
and
The Green Scar is no
the,
mere superhero. He's a king
what do you call it?
and a
World Breaker and Devil Hulk. Those two. Well, Devil Hulk slash the one above all Hulk. Those Hulk variants, those different personalities are what's really going to be putting the smackdown on Godzilla 100%. Because I mean, Godzilla most definitely could destroy the world if he wanted to. If he lasered down into the earth, I think he's got enough power he could straight up blow the earth apart. And Worldbreaker Hulk quite literally was going to do that before Century came in and they started fighting to a stalemate. He almost completely broke the earth apart. And then you've got the Devil Hulk, and you've got the one above all Hulk, or below all Hulk, that, yeah. Those Hulks are even a little bit crazier because they get into other dimensions, other dimensional powers. You know, they start getting into other stuff that's like even beyond Worldbreaker Hulk, because Worldbreaker Hulk was more of physically dominating the physical world. In the physical realm. Then you've got the personalities of the Devil Hulk, and you've got the one below all Hulk, which was kind of like other realms, you know, like going down into hell type stuff, like those type of powers. Started getting into some crazy stuff, and that's where I don't know if Godzilla is going to be able to handle that. Granted, you've got Godzilla that went to hell, and he was able to deal with all of that, but it's one of those things where it's like you can't really scale Godzilla that went to hell, really, because we haven't seen a whole lot of the hell in his universe, and I don't know. I don't know how that. It's kind of hard to scale those two. You know what I mean? There's not enough feats in Godzilla Goes to Hell to really be able to, I guess, scale it up to the Marvel Comics universe and the Marvel Comics hell. So I don't know. We'll just have to see what they say, I guess, about it all.
Conqueror.
Hulk is strong enough to lift 150 billion tons of rock, jump from New Mexico to Florida in a single bound, and shake all the dimensions connected by the crossroads at once. He was pinned down by the spear of Proxima
And
Midnight,
this is just
which
regular
holds the
Hulk.
weight
This
of
is
a
just
star,
Savage Hulk.
And was fine. And when we say World Breaker, we mean it. While sparring with Red She-Hulk, the two of them shattered a whole planet.
At one point, he was bound in chains forged from the essence of the first firmament, the manifestation of the first universe, which could bind eternity itself. Not even Galactus was capable of saving eternity alone, and the Hulk just broke it. By himself.
That's crazy.
Maybe Thor should rethink calling himself the strongest Avenger, especially since the Avengers first assembled because none of them could take down Hulk on their own.
Speaking of Thor, the Hulk consistently battles on par with him, even when he held the Odin Force, with which he could command his hammer through infinite distances and match the power of Null, who killed countless Celestials. Even without it, Mjolnir can cross the universe in seconds.
Hulk tore a universe apart with just a clap. Good luck with that, Hammer Man. But the green guy's got way more going on than just brute strength.
As the Hulk's power stems from gamma, he can utilize and absorb it and other radiation in various ways.
Yeah, like regenerating from fatal wounds. Even getting ripped apart by Wolverine barely slows him down.
And the angrier he gets, the more regenerating cells his body produces.
It gets weirder. Did you know that if he absorbs enough gamma, he can shoot lasers from his eyes and read people's minds? Oh, also, he can see ghosts!
Now that stuff right there is ridiculous. That's like Superman using his fingers to make mini Supermans come out of it.
Borders themselves into the empty white
which has happened in the comics.
So. A gutter space beyond time
that's some goofy stuff.
What, like how She-Hulk can for some reason break the fourth wall and talk to the reader? Oh, wait, that makes sense now. It's all gamma.
Exactly. In real life, gamma rays are electromagnetic radiation similar to X-rays.
But in Marvel Comics, gamma comes from hell.
On Earth 616, gamma radiation is an electromagnetic frequency that can manifest as either a wave, a particle, or something else. Something that nobody really understands.
Except for Bruce.
That's right. Dr. Banner is a certified genius with 7 PhDs. According to Norman Osborn, he's the 4th smartest person on the planet.
And that's comparing him to big brains like Reed, Doom, and Tony.
Banner built the Her Collider Synchrotron, a machine
not
that can
so much
scan the
Tony,
entire
more like
multiverse with
Moon
the speed
Girl.
of a hypermind. He created the Gamma
Moon
Core,
Girl's
which
smarter
could
than
rupture
them.
space-time between universes. He built an interstellar radio on a deserted planet without any pre-established technology. He wired up Hulk like a starship, piloting him from the mindscape within. He even built an ultimate nullifier. In fact, the original intent of his gamma bomb was to be non-lethal, only targeting inorganic material.
But Thunderbolt Ross wanted something with a bit more boom. They can't blame him.
Fearing its ramifications, Banner developed the gamma bomb on his own, keeping its design secret. In the process, he tapped into an unknown form of gamma energy that breaks down reality and mutates it beyond actuality. On that fateful day, he opened the green door.
You know how we said the bomb killed Bruce? That wasn't some flowery metaphor or whatever. He died and came back as Hulk.
Came back from the below place, the hell beneath hell, the lowest possible dimension of reality.
It's trippy, but whenever Hulk dies, he goes there. Then a green door opens and he goes back to where he was before. Easy as that. It doesn't matter if he's been atomized, sliced up into jars, or digested by werewolves. If he goes through the door, he's back, ready to rumble. The green door did get locked into a red door, but he's easily broken through it multiple times. Not a problem.
It turns out that third form of gamma, this anomaly from the bedrock of hell, spawns from none other than the one below all, the dark side of the one above all.
That's right. God has a Hulk, and it wants Bruce to bring about the end of all
Ain't that
things.
crazy?
What Hulk just said. Nah.
The God of the Marvel Universe
What
has a Hulk.
is the Hulk? An uncontrollable monster? A prison for a tortured
I didn't
soul?
think about it that, but
super weapon for Armageddon?
essentially
Don't
what it
overthink
is.
it, Wiz. Hulk is Hulk, and Hulk's the strongest
One
one there
there is,
is.
baby. Godzilla is the son of the atomic bomb. He is a nightmare created out of the darkness of the human soul. He is the sacred beast of the apocalypse. Tomoyuki Tanaka? I haven't heard any of these little quotes. They're honestly pretty cool.
The year was 1946. The press gathered at Bikini Atoll to witness the power of the nuclear bomb. But many leagues beneath their feet, something ancient stirred.
Godzilla, the king of the monsters. He was pretty pissed off over the worst wake-up ever, so he swam to Japan for one hell of a crash out.
Japan was still recovering from the war, so seeing this mutilated radioactive monster towering high like a mushroom cloud wasn't just frightening, it seemed prophetic. The bomb was just the beginning. Man had sparked the end of times.
Complete with googly eyes. And the most epic roar ever.
Yeah. The most iconic monster
Over the years,
war
there have been many
ever.
iterations of the beast.
Between movies, TV, comics, and cartoons, there's at least 27 different Godzillas stomping around, not including Manila, the scrappy do of kaiju. Sorry, that's insulting.
And a lot of people think there's too many
Despite the
Batmans
variety,
or Spider-Mans.
Godzilla is somewhat
This dude's got like 27
so we'll
plus.
examine his entire history, focusing on the larger releases. In most iterations, Godzilla is a rare theropod that went dormant for millions of years before nuclear bombs mutated it into a gargantuan radioactive monster.
Standing 165
Sometimes he's even an iguana
feet tall at minimum.
that got
Gucci
mutated when
smashes
the bomb
through
went off.
skyscrapers with ease.
So,
he's so casual
his
about
origins
bullets and
changed a
rockets,
couple
they
different
might as
times
well
over
be
the years.
gnats. And the bombs did so much more than just pump up his size. He's got atomic breath.
A concentrated beam or spray of radioactive heat. With an estimated range of 1,100 miles, it can exceed 500,000 degrees Celsius, almost 90 times hotter than the surface of the sun.
Crazy.
But depending on how much radiation he's absorbed, or life energy from a giant pterodactyl, he can do way more
Or a
with
moth.
it.
His red spiral ray is a supercharged version that doubles in
He's
heat
been
and
recharged
power
by
and
Mothra a
spins.
couple
Or
times
he can
too.
blast it out of his back and fly. Well, he could always do that, I guess. Look at him go.
With enough energy built up, Godzilla can blast a nuclear pulse out of his whole body, creating a massive wave of atomic destruction.
His breathing laser can even break through dimensions.
Breathing
like
laser.
when he found himself face to face with a giant mech piloted by Hatsune Miku.
There's also a number of era-exclusive powers. Shin Godzilla can fire rays from his tail.
And Hanna-Barbera Godzilla can fire rays from his eyes. Pew, pew.
Effectively a living nuclear reactor, Shin possesses a natural phased array radar that can detect and attack threats automatically. And Godzilla Earth, who grew over 1,000 feet tall across 2,000 years, could make a barrier only penetrable by kaiju that can bypass physics.
And don't forget, Big G can ball with the best of them. After Charles Barkley got him his own pair of Nikes, Godzilla got busy.
Godzilla
You know,
got
it's
busy.
kind of hard to emphasize just how impressively terrifying Godzilla
My
can be
favorite
when
dance
you're
of
bringing up
Godzilla.
this sort of thing.
Oh yeah? Why don't you find a better spokesperson for Dr. Pepper? Fine, let's talk about when his presence boiled the entire Arctic Ocean, or how he picked up and threw Biolante, which weighed 200,000 tons, or when he no-sold not one, not two, but 3 meteors.
Including the Permian period extinction event that happened about 200 million years ago.
Then he went to hell, fought some fucked up versions of God and Satan, and atomic breath at Space Godzilla so hard that he blew up the whole planet. That's scary.
Like I said, he's had the power to blow up the
With
planet
such
before.
awesome might, he's battled the most dangerous of foes, like King Ghidorah and Gigan. In Godzilla vs. Megalon, Gigan flew from the M Hunter Nebula to Earth in 24 seconds, and that nebula is 30,000 light years away.
But sadly, OG Goji got done in by the cruelest weapon ever.
The Oxygen Destroyer. Developed in secret by Dr. Serizawa, this weapon could suffocate and liquefy molecules. The ramifications of such a weapon were so detrimental, Serizawa took the secrets of its design to his early grave.
He got lucky. It doesn't matter what you throw at Godzilla. He never really dies. You can blow off his head, explode him from the inside, or crush him in a black hole. Then he'll come back.
Or evolve into an even more powerful form. Godzilla's always possessed heightened adaptation, but many iterations clearly showcase instantaneous evolution.
And super forms. He's gone full shonen and powered up a few times. So much so, he almost kicked off a nuclear winter just by existing.
Even the Oxygen Destroyer could not permanently end the first Godzilla. His ghost possessed a robot, his bones summoned another Godzilla, and he rose as an undead revenant hell-bent on destroying Japan.
Okay, why Japan? Couldn't he pick on some other country?
He's stomped around the Americas a few times, but it just isn't the same. Godzilla is intrinsically linked with Japan, a symbol of both their devastation and resilience. A reminder of the threat of nuclear war and what awaits those who peer too deeply into the unknown. But also, Japan's in Godzilla's perceived territory. To him, a stomping through Osaka is just another patrol.
He's not always so bad, though. He can be super protective, defending other monsters, his own kid, and sometimes even people. I'd say there's 2 types of Godzillas. The monster,
the villain,
and the
or
guardian
the
of
guardian,
planet
the hero.
Well, there is a third type, but to understand that, we should first answer a question. How does Godzilla walk?
It's my little baby over there.
On 2 legs, Wiz, obviously.
But according to Square Cube law, those legs should be crushed under his own weight.
Oh god, here we go again.
A creature like Godzilla cannot realistically exist. This proved to be an elusive question for decades, even highlighted in Shin Godzilla, until a new theory was presented in the anime Singular Point. If Godzilla can't exist in our reality, what if he's from a different one?
What? Like he's an alien from another dimension?
Exactly! What if all kaiju come from a higher plane of existence with no regard for the known laws of physics? This dimension enters our reality in the form of archetype, a transtemporal conceptual particle.
It's that red dust that's floating all over the place.
This archetype can enter any timeline to terraform the Earth and all of reality so that kaiju can exist. This theoretically explains why various Godzillas appear in so many universes. They all trace back to one singular point: Godzilla Ultima.
Sporting the wide grin of a demonic Oni, Ultima is vicious. Just walking through Tokyo started 1,000 earthquakes
I didn't know
around
any of
Japan.
this.
Even his own blood is a weapon.
Over 300 feet tall and growing ever more.
Granted, I haven't really watched anything from Ultima
Ultima's
at all.
existence implies
I
a
know
far
of
more
him, but
complex
I haven't
origin
seen
for all
anything really.
Godzillas. Godzilla is a test for humanity, a challenge laid out by an eldritch entity from a dimension we are incapable of perceiving or comprehending.
It's kind of like how when we move an object and its shadow changes, we get why that happened. But to someone who exists in only a 2D plane, the shadow looks like it just randomly transformed into something totally different. Crazy to think about. Come a really long
He's trying to talk to you guys. He's trying to tell you that he didn't know Godzilla could do all that. Neither did I.
Desires to play with and destroy every single universe.
And Godzilla
I didn't know all this
is its
lore.
avatar.
Through Ultima, this entity sees the universe as an interactable fiction and can control causality. Ultima himself is a singular point, one of many gateways through which the entity can tamper with reality.
This is
Think of it
ridiculous.
this way. If something happens that the entity doesn't like, it can just say, that thing didn't actually happen, and presto, it no longer happened.
That's not to say such an event can't happen in the moment of occurrence, but the entity disconnects cause and effect and nullifies events in retrospect without regard for time.
Dude.
Now my head hurts.
Right.
TLDR, Ultima tried to bring about a catastrophe that would end the universe in like a week's time. So, a wacky robot and a time-traveling Alexa used a supercomputer and this familiar-looking doohickey
The orthogonal diagonalizer.
to zap all of Archetype into its final form, cutting off the entity's connection to the universe.
But not killing it, because while each Godzilla has its differences, one thing remains certain.
Godzilla is immortal,
Right.
and that makes him the king.
Of all the monsters.
Look at the skulls, gaze into the
I didn't know all that junk about
Now
Godzilla, to be
you are
honest with you. All that
completely
Ultima junk.
hypnotized.
Did not know that it was that
You've fallen
extensive.
into
It was
evil
getting,
trap.
making my head
I
hurt.
order you right now. Go to deathbattle.gg.
Wiz, it didn't work. They're still here.
What? No, Boomstick, this is terrible. How can I get them to go to the Death Battle website?
Just tell them about all the cool Death Battle stuff they'll find, like a bunch of exclusive merch, every episode ever, even ones not on YouTube, and a bunch of behind-the-scenes goodies. So how about it, guys? Go to www.deathbattle.gg.
All right, you heard them. Don't make a liar out of Boomstick. Go to deathbattle.gg.
It's time
All
for
right,
a
the
death
combatants
battle.
are set. We've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for
There it is.
Death Battle!
There it is. Let's get into it, baby. There he is. Big Goji. Is that's -1, ain't it?
So far, the evacuation is. Wait, look!
That's the -1 Godzilla. Ooh. Yeah, that's -1. Are they just using his model, or do they literally pick the weakest version? Granted, they use Marvel Rivals Hulk too, which is one of the weaker versions too, so I guess it's pretty even.
All right, Hulk. Time for me to take over. We don't want any trouble.
No! Hulk stays!
What the heck? That's cool. That's crazy looking. Hulk should be able to absorb all that. Yep.
You think you're strong? I scarred the world!
It's so weird hearing Hulk say full sentences. But he does it all the time in the comics. We just don't see it a lot in media. Oh shit. This shit is so cool looking. Oh baby, look at that. Damn.
Stupid lizard.
Right, but there's that red mist. Crazy. disintegrated it. Oh, broke through the red door. Open the green door. He's back, baby.
I think I understand.
There he is.
It's been days since the battle began, and the red dust is spreading. Godzilla has grown in size, but we believe we are...
How does it work?
Well, smash.
What am I looking at?
Trillion to 1 and rising. That's the odds. Chance to nullify the madness behind the monster.
Okay, so he turned back to the Bruce Banner to make that. I was gonna say.
A right angle is 80 degrees. This element is beyond what we can perceive. Like gamma. 1,000 times. 1,000,000. 1,000,000,000,000. I just need one.
Wow. Damn.
You did it, big guy. We did it.
KO! Okay, run this by me. What happened?
It's complicated,
Right.
so let's break this down into 3 categories. First up, power. Most versions of Godzilla can shrug off black holes and extinction level events,
Yeah.
tag beyond light speed foes like Gigan, blow up
Doesn't
planets.
surprise me.
The Hulk is beyond that.
Yeah.
The big guy clapped a universe.
I mean, it doesn't
to
surprise
bits
me
and
Hulk
shook the
won, but like
infinite
that was
dimensions
just
linked to
so
the
much
crossroads. In a
at
straight
once.
fight with a classic Godzilla, 616 Hulk smashes the power advantage.
But factoring in Ultima changes things. The entity sees all of space-time and can manipulate its results at a whim.
Right.
No matter how strong the Hulk got, Ultima could potentially negate it.
But Hulk broke chains made of the first firmament, which could overwhelm eternity.
An abstract concept of a being not entirely unlike Ultima's entity.
Even a small piece of the first firmament could break the multiverse. Plus, Hulk kept up with Odin Force Thor, who is also on a celestial level of power.
So the
Right.
gap in power becomes nebulous.
Right.
Still, unless Hulk could remove Ultima from the equation, neither held a clear advantage in power and stats.
Especially when you look at their immortality.
This was practically a never-ending death loop.
Right,
Even
when
with
you
their healing
said
factors,
it
both
just
could
was gonna keep
technically
going.
kill each other, but then just come right back.
The green door instantly appears when Hulk goes to the below place, and the higher dimensional entity could always summon a replacement Godzilla avatar. So both Hulk and Godzilla could not stay dead.
Unless
Right.
they could somehow prevent what was happening in those other dimensions. So let's examine the layers of their multiverses. Marvel's cosmos has infinite higher dimensions.
It always
which
ends up
themselves
with
are
power
transcended by
scaling.
the astral plane, the superflow, and so on until you reach the House of Ideas, the domain of the one above all.
Since the one below all mirrors the one above all, the below place mirrors the House of Ideas.
Right.
Get it?
In comparison, the cosmos of Godzilla's multiverse is just as vast and infinite, but does not have the same sort of transcending layers above and below.
Right.
This means the below place, the Hulk's respawn point and source of power, is out of the entity's reach.
So the real question is, if they both can't die and Ultima's entity can't affect the below place, could Hulk somehow stop the entity before it destroyed the universe?
Right.
It all comes down to Gamma and Archetype. Ultima was defeated in the anime by using a trans-temporal superdimension calculator operating at infinite speeds to activate the orthogonal diagonalizer, turning Archetype against itself.
Ultima endlessly spews this stuff, so there's
So what
plenty
I'm
to work
getting
with,
is
and
he-
Hulk can
that's
reach into
been
comic book
beaten
gutter space,
versus
so he
the
should
Hulk,
be able to reach through a singular point. But
Gamma
that's not
hasn't
enough.
been.
Fortunately for Hulk, it just so happens he knows someone who, like scientists who have defeated Godzilla in
Right.
the past, is an expert on
Expert in all
particles
of
from a
that.
greater
Bruce
dimension
Banner.
that mutate reality beyond our
Okay.
understanding.
Who made a device with those particles that breaks space-time, like the Rationalizer, who made a supercomputer that scanned the infinite multiverse with the speed of a hypermind, like the Dimension Calculator. Hell, the guy made an interstellar radio out of sticks and stones in a matter of days, and even built an ultimate nullifier. It's like he was made for this.
The Green Door waits for no Hulk, including Banner. Even if Ultima's catastrophe destroyed the universe, the Door could deposit Banner in a different universe and he could continue the fight.
Right.
He had all the time in the infinite multiverse.
So they
There was
were
only
literally
one
like
way
neck and
this
neck.
could end, and only one person who could make it so.
Even among gods and monsters, man was the Ultima weapon.
The winner is Bruce
Banner, yeah. Literally Bruce Banner, because no matter what, the Hulk could not beat Godzilla, and Godzilla could not beat the Hulk, but because Bruce Banner was so intelligent, he was able to build that machine, and that machine is what beat Ultima Godzilla, and that's what the scientists did in Ultima. That makes a lot of sense. I was gonna say, I was like, it looks like they were neck and neck, and then just somehow Godzilla loses, but that makes sense a lot. This was crazy. The effects were awesome. I don't know who did the effects for like the actual battle. I don't know who did all of like the creating of it. Phenomenal job. Great job. Looks gorgeous. And it was very exciting to watch. Had me on the edge of my seat. I was like really excited, like who the heck is gonna win this? Because I couldn't have told you. From everything I heard about Hulk, which I already knew, I was like, there's no way that Godzilla beats Hulk then. Then they showed all the Ultima Godzilla stuff, and I was like, oh, I did not know any of this. I didn't know about the whole weird continuity junk of Ultima and how he could change what happens. So if Godzilla dies, he could just make that it never happened. Like I didn't know that neither. So that's kind of nuts. That changes my entire perspective on Godzilla, the Godzilla universe, and how far it scales. Because I really didn't think it scaled that high, but it scales a lot higher than I thought. So yeah, pretty nuts. If you guys enjoyed my reaction to this Hulk versus Godzilla death battle video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and share. Post your comments down below. Let me know what you all thought about this. And as always, I will catch you on the next video. Peace.